Daniel Midson-Short. In this together. In this together, Daniel Midson-Short.
It was a Tuesday night, 8 p.m. The phone rang. It was my good friend, Cindy Carpenter. I hadn't heard from her in months, and from the tone of her voice, something was wrong. She said, "Daniel, I don't have long to live." My mind flashed back to when I first met Cindy, and she had taught me one of life's most important lessons. Contest chair, Toastmaster friends, have you ever wanted to achieve something, but you were too proud to ask for help? 5 years ago, that was me. My dream in life was to become a motivational speaker. Why? Because I'd always been great at giving unsolicited advice. And I figured, why not get paid for it? Now, I grew up in Australia as well. And we love three things: cricket, kangaroos, and beer for dinner. But we don't love motivational speakers. So I moved to California to find my fame and fortune. And guess what? Within 6 months, I didn't get a single speaking gig. I figured something was wrong with my speaking. So I decided to go to the experts. And that's where I met Cindy. In her late 50s, wearing a pink polka dot dress with big blonde hair. The first time I introduced her on stage, she made me practice pronouncing her name. Cindy Carpenter. Cindy Carpenter. So I made sure to write it down. Prima donna. When I first met Cindy, I didn't like her. I was a composed, reserved Australian. And she was loud and proud and American. After 6 months longer, I still didn't have any speaking gigs. I was broke, I was alone in California, and I was ready to quit. And then one day, the phone rang. And guess who it was? Prima donna. "Hey, buddy, remember me? I got a speaking job for you." And the next week, I had my professional speaking debut at a retirement home. And even though half the audience was asleep, I was on the road to my dreams. Later, I asked Cindy, "Why did you help me?" And she said, "Because we're in this together." Do you know what's more difficult than motivational speaking? Making it into a business. Suddenly, I was a speaker, marketer, bookkeeper, chief cook, and bottle washer. Now, Cindy was a successful businesswoman with 2 companies. And one day she said, "Buddy, many hands make light work. So before you lose any more hair, hire some help." And she was right. I hired some help, and my business started to grow, but not my hair. A few months later, I decided to face the final frontier: dating. Now, Cindy was a married woman for 20 years. Have you ever met one of those people who loves to hear themselves talk? Well, that was me. So Cindy sat me down one day and said, "Buddy, I'll give you the secret. You want to get a girlfriend? Listen. Shut up. You got to listen as much as you talk. You got to give as much as you get, because you need 2 hands to clap. In a relationship, you don't do it for yourself. You're in this together." All my life, I'd been trying to go it alone. But Cindy told me and showed me that we need each other to succeed. Over 5 years, Cindy and I became great friends. And any problem that I had, she'd always tell me, "Buddy, we're in this together." And then came that Tuesday night and that phone call. And Cindy told me she'd been diagnosed with cancer. Her time was short, but she had one last dream: to reach this final stage, to speak in front of you, her second family. Fighting against her illness, she practiced every single day. And we worked together to craft her final speech. In May last year, Cindy spoke at a contest. The audience laughed and cried, and at the end they rose to their feet. And that was the last time I heard her speak. In July, I received a message from Cindy. She'd lost her voice, but she had something she wanted to say. She told me she loved me and asked me to pray for a miracle. I said, Cindy, you are the miracle. On August 21st last year, almost a year ago today, my friend Cindy passed away. She had helped so many people, but never achieved her final dream. Whenever I was lost, I would just think about what she said to me. We're in this together. And I knew that if I could reach this final stage, that I could share our story to honor my friend and to make her final dream come true. And if Cindy were here today, I know what she'd say. Look at you, buddy. All emotional up on the final stage. What a prima donna. My friends, there's an old proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In this life, we need each other to succeed. We can overcome any pain, solve any problem, if we remember, you and I and all of us, we're always in this together.